Hi, this is Julie Hyatt with Three Sisters Sundries. Today I am going to show you how I made this traveler's notebook insert. One side is a shaker and the other side is a zipper pocket. So it just slips in. You can put it behind one of your inserts, one of your notebook inserts. If I can get it in, I will show you. Oh, come on, go in there. Okay, there we go. Anyway, you can slip it behind one of your inserts and then have yourself a cute little dashboard. And then over here, a place to keep your pens and pencils and all sorts of stuff. Anyway, recently, Lolly from Lollipalooza and I went to the Doodlebug Let's Get Creative event, and we knew we were going to be decorating these traveler's notebooks, and so ahead of time I prepared the bases to make these inserts. So let's get started. The supplies you're going to need are some cellophane packaging, a laminator and one laminating sheet, a Ziploc bag with a good sturdy zipper. I'm using a freezer bag because the plastic is a little bit heavier. If you want to put paper inside, then you'll need a piece of paper and something to decorate if you want. And then some washi tape. You don't have to have washi tape, and some packing tape. I need to find, oh, here's my packing tape. Okay, and some packing tape. And then you'll need sequins, beads, glitter, whatever you want for your shaker bits. So first of all, we are going to make our base. So basically all we need for that is our laminating sheet and our cellophane packaging. So let me get a ruler and I will measure out okay, this the measurements will depend on what size traveler's notebook you are using, but this is the standard size. So my measurements are, see, I'm going to make my packaging for the inside 4 inches by 8 inches. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces at 4 by 8. And I'm just using my Fiskars trimmer because it will hold it down really well. Let's see. You need a double-sided piece. So basically I'm going to try and keep at least one of the sealed edges intact. So I'm just going to cut off the top of the packaging, and then I'm going to cut at 4 inches. And then, so then I have two free open sides. So I'm going to try and keep one of these sealed edges. So I'm going to cut this at 8 inches. And that will leave me one sealed edge intact. So let's cut one more. Now I have a fold in this one, but it will be okay because the laminator will smooth that fold out as we run it through. So 4 inches. Oh, looks like we avoided the fold out anyway. And then 8 inches. Okay, and then we're going to take our laminating sheet. So this is 2 pieces that just pull apart. So I'm going to pull it all the way to the edge where it's sealed. And on the sealed edge, you're going to place one of your pieces of acetate packaging, or cellophane. I guess this is cellophane. And you're going to butt it up against as close as you can get to that edge. And make sure it's in there straight. Oh, it's not wanting to go along that edge very well. Let's see. There we go. Okay, then you're going to put your other one in and leave a 1/2 inch gap between the two pieces of cellophane. I know it's hard to see, but you can see I've got that right up next to the edge, and I left a little space on either side. Now to get the 1/2 inch gap, I'm going to line it up on my mat, on my cutting mat, or my craft mat, right along so that I'm square. So I've got one edge here and one edge here. Now I'm going to take my other piece and I'm going to line it up so that my edges are even on the top and the bottom, and then my long edge is at the 1/2 inch mark. Okay, then I'm going to run it through my laminator, and you can see that I've got a 1/2 inch gap there. Okay, my laminator is hot, but as I was looking at this, you have a bit of a leftover piece right there, so I am going to cut another piece of cellophane and make a bookmark at the same time. Then you can have a matching bookmark for your traveler's notebook. So I'm going to cut that. I've got a smaller piece here, and I'm going to cut it 2 inches wide by 8 inches long. And that will give me a good long bookmark, and it will be the same. Oh, I need to get my measurements on there right. Okay. I'll turn that over and stick the cellophane down to the cutter so it doesn't move on me. Okay. Then we can just slip this in. You need to leave a little bit of a gap on the other side of your piece that you've already got in there. Also making sure that you have enough around the edge of your bookmark to seal it in. This one does not need to be as precisely straight as your insert does, but there we go. So now I have a bookmark on the end too. So let me bring my laminator over, and you feed it through with the sealed edge of your lamination sheet going in first. So I'm going to let that feed through, and I'll be right back to show you how it turned out. Okay, I've got my sheets laminated here, and so I will show you how we're going to trim it. First of all, let's just cut off the bookmark, and it's kind of hard to see. Oh, I think I got a piece of dust or something in my bookmark. Let's see. So you have to just cut off the edge, making sure you leave enough to seal around the edge. So there we go. And then for our see, so I've got plenty around the edge there to seal off my bookmark. So we'll work on that later. But for For our insert, we want to cut off our lamination clear over to the edge of our cellophane, and maybe a little bit of this cellophane actually off so that we can open it. So I've got it almost cut right, so I'm just going to trim off a tiny bit more so that we have an open. So see, now we can open up our pocket, and then the rest of it we are just going to trim, leaving a sealed edge all the way around. So you have to look really carefully. It's really hard to see sometimes, so just be really careful not to trim off too much. And if you feel like you need to use scissors for this part so you're not trimming off too much, then go ahead and do that. Okay, so as you can see, maybe move that, I've got a little bit of an edge all the way around, top and bottom. Now we've got our open end for our zipper pocket, but we need to open the shaker part too. So what I'm going to do is just trim with scissors right along the top edge. Actually, I think I'll make that my bottom edge because it's the sealed part of my cellophane. So I'll cut right along the top edge just to the corner of my cellophane. So I've got my scissors here. So I'm just going to trim off the very top edge right to the edge of my cellophane. So, and I'm going to leave it attached so that I can tape it back together. Okay, we are going to now attach the zipper to our zipper pocket. So I'm going to take our Ziploc bag and I'm going to trim it down, but I want to leave a little bit, maybe about a ½ inch of the bag attached to the zipper. I think I'm going to have to cut that by hand. Okay, so I'm going to leave a ½ inch. Just trim it as straight as I can. Sort of straight. Okay, so we have just our little zipper left, and we are going to slip it inside of our pocket that we've laminated. Should fit just right. And it does. Then I'm going to pull it out just a tad so that I have a place to put my tape without interfering with the zipper. Okay, so here we are with it inside. Okay, now I'm going to cut a piece of packing tape. So pardon the noise while I unroll that. And make sure it covers and goes beyond a little bit the zipper. Oh. Okay, and then I'm going to just put it on the edge of my table because I want to split this in half. So here I am with my tape on the edge. I know you can't see it too well, but I'm just going to split my tape down the center so I have just a thinner piece to put on my zipper. And I'm just going to take one of those pieces off. Okay, I've got my zipper lined up here, and I've got my skinnier piece of tape right here, and I'm going to line it up probably with this blue line down at the bottom there. That'll cover both the baggie and my pocket, and just lay it down as smooth as you can. And then we're going to lift it up and turn it over and do the same thing on the other side. So I've got my half a piece of tape, and it's best if you lay your edge that you did not cut by hand, the true edge of the tape, up against your zipper. So I've got my tape lined up, and lay it down smoothly and just seal it really good. Then you have your tape stuck to each other a little bit up at the top. So then you can just trim off your excess even with your lamination. It's really hard to see. Okay, there's that much. Now I want to also seal the inside of the bag because it's got an edge, and I don't want things to catch on that edge when you slip things in and out. So I'm going to cut another piece of packing tape, the same length that we did for the outside. Put it on the edge of my table and split it in half. Now this part's going to be a little bit trickier because I had an extra set of hands the first time I was doing this. So you'll want to lift this up, and if you have an extra set of hands, it would be very helpful to go get them right now. So I don't have any hands home with me, so I'm just going to center my tape on the inside of my bag over the edge of my Ziploc onto my cellophane or onto my lamination. And be best to trim this to length before you put it in. I forgot to do that. So trim that off a little bit and just work it over to the edge of your bag and seal it down. Now let me trim this one off too. Oh, maybe it, oh no, it's going around the other side. Okay, that little piece came off, so that'll work. Okay, then we're going to turn it over and seal it on the other side also. I think I will. Make sure I trim my tape down. Okay. Then use your other set of hands if you have one. Kind of center it over your bag edge. Except I didn't really do that. Okay. Okay, center it over your bag edge and just kind of push it over so that it's going in there fairly smoothly. What's going on with mine? And push it just all the way over to the edge. So something is going on here. It's not wanting to go. Okay. And you do the same on the other edge. This was a lot easier with another set of hands. Obviously. It would be. So, anyway, so you've got a nice smooth seal on that pocket. Okay, and then now we are going to hide that a little bit with some washi. We'll just it isn't really going to hide it. It will just detract from that by the cuteness of the washi. So I am working with the Hello line by Doodlebug. So this is one of the washies that goes with that. So I am just going to hide that very edge. I'm going to line it up with my blue line on the zipper again and just seal it down and trim it off, and then turn it over and do another row. And I think since this is a little bit see-through, I'm going to try to line up my hearts. It doesn't look like the colors are going to line up, so we'll just line up the hearts as best we can. With the darker washi, it won't matter so much. But we'll try and line it up a little bit best we can. There we go. And then just seal that washi to itself a little bit and trim it off even with your lamination. There we go. So now our zipper pocket is all finished. You could do another row of washi to hide the cellophane or to hide the tape if you wanted to. But once it's in your traveler's notebook, that becomes a lot less noticeable. So it's up to you whether you want to hide that a little bit better or not. I think I just might. I think 2 rows of washi would be cute. So I think I'll use this other washi that's in the Hello collection. This floral that is so pretty. And just put that right below. But you want to be able to see what's in your pocket, so you don't want to put it down too far, but this one is so cute. We'll just do double. And just make sure that your ends are sealed together. Okay. There we go. That looks pretty cute. And now you have your zipper pocket that you can put your stuff in and zip it up. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so that is the end of part 1. In part 2, we will be making our shaker. And so anyway, thanks for watching. We'll catch you soon.